So what we try to do with the fighters is encourage them to train pretty much all the time, and in particular when they don't have a bout coming up. I think very often that's the most important time, because then they can just kind of relax. They don't have to focus on any one particular thing. They can try stuff they're not good at. They can just kind of have fun. I think it also keeps them in shape instead of blowing up and then having to spend their whole fight camp just cutting weight. So that's what I like to see. A fighter who wants to stay busy training when they don't have a bout. Yeah, that's kind of our philosophy. So in a perfect world, we like to do a 6-week fight camp where we build up in volume and intensity for about 5 weeks and then start to pull it back the last week so they rest a little bit. It's pretty much what they would be doing anyway, just more of it, and me being a little more hands-on. So I'll make sure that there's a running program that includes sprints and tempo runs and interval runs and some easy runs for conditioning. I'll make sure people are getting their bag work in, because a lot of times people don't want to do that because it's not so much fun as a pads or a sparring class. We'll make sure they're doing lots and lots of Thai style sparring, so they're getting a lot of work in without getting hurt, and a focused sort of strength program that's not going to interfere with their training, which is a problem that you run into very often with people who want to fight and they're serious about it. They're kind of driven and maybe kind of would overdo the strength training, focusing on that, like, oh, I got to lift this, and you got to remember that's supposed to help your training and not interfere with it. So sometimes I got to control that a little bit. So yeah, we'll kind of build them up. If it's clear who they're fighting, which it always isn't, and what that person likes to do, we'll have kind of a template we'll follow, leaving room for some flexibility because things change and you don't want to be locked into a plan and then be like, oh, that's not happening. But you know, this is a big puncher, okay, we're going to work on how to deal with that. This is a big kicker, we'll work on that. This person likes to throw this particular technique, we'll work on that. And that's it. You just kind of build them up. Big focus being on keeping them busy, getting sharp, being really fit, and not getting hurt. That's what we try to do. So to get ready for the fight, weigh-in's always, you know, the big thing. If the fighter's done it right and followed our plan as they go along, for guys, we like them to be within about 5 or 6 pounds. Women even closer, because women sometimes have a little more issue with water, especially depending on, you know, what's going on with the time of the month. So what we like them to do is the day before, maybe, you know, 12, 18 hours out from the weigh-in time, just stop eating and drinking and start to dry out and fast a little bit. That way they're not exerting any energy or effort to make the weigh-in, they're just kind of chilling out and drying out. The day of the weigh-in, if they have to do a little skipping or a light run, that's okay, a little sweat. Then we get them rehydrated, make sure they take electrolytes, amino acids. After the weigh-in, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, so nobody gets, like, you know, over full, over bloated. You just take it a little bit of time, get them all hydrated and blowing up again. We'll do a lot of it without being like over crunchy granola about it. There'll be a lot of visualization, what they want to do in the fight, what they're looking to achieve, instead of being reactive, being a little more proactive about what they want to do. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll go over again what the general plan is, leaving some room for flexibility. Tell them to keep eating things that they're used to, nothing new. Don't try anything that might cause any intestinal issues. Avoid that, be safe. And pretty much just lay around and rest and get kind of antsy. Some of our fighters will do a little light workout morning of the fight, just so they're a little more relaxed, and some of it helps loosen up because they need a long warm-up time. Fight prep itself, depending on the fighters, some of them are slow starters, so we'll warm them up more. So when they get in the ring, they're really ready to go. Some are a little nervous about exerting the energy, so we'll warm them up a little bit less. Our idea for the first round is pretty much you kind of feel somebody out. Even if it's a 3-round fight, even 3-2s, that doesn't mean you're just standing there, but it means you got to figure out which one to do going forward. So this is when you find out if your prep for that particular opponent is something you can stick to or you have to make adjustments. So, you know, a lot of jabs, a lot of front kick, putting simple combinations together. From the corner, we're looking to see what the reactions are and how things are going, and then if adjustments have to be made, we'll make them after that round. So the options for fighting in the United States, clearly it's not like Thailand where there's a show every week, right? There'll be long breaks or whatever, but what we'll do is we'll keep in touch with promoters that we know. We will travel, we will take the time, we'll fund it ourselves, we don't care. We just want them to stay busy, because the busier they are, the better it is. The other thing is, you never want to dick over a promoter. You always want to have a good relationship with the promoter. So if you tell a promoter you're going to show up, your fighter's going to be at weight, and your fighter's going to fight, you got to do it. We've had some excellent fighters that we've come to the decision that it's better not to have them because they're not reliable. They don't make weight. They back out of fights, and that hurts the whole team because it reflects on the school, and then promoters start to think you're not reliable. So I think the most important thing is to have, after a show, a promoter go, wow, those guys are good to work with, I'm going to call them up again. And that's what we try to do. I want to thank Matt for coming by and doing this. It's he's doing a lot. I want to thank the USMF. I think they're doing an amazing job at trying to grow this sport in the United States. It's not always easy, and they're a really dedicated group of people. I want to thank everybody who's ever helped me train, fight, and be involved in this sport, because it's changed my life, and I can't be happier with it. And I want to thank the 5 Points team, because everybody here is awesome. They help each other out, and that's all we're looking for. All right, you can follow us at 5 Points Academy on Instagram, and if you ever want to see pictures of my dog Forrest, you can follow me at Crew Steve. Thanks.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and share.